Good evening, everyone. Welcome to 3 Minutes of Tehillim. We are up to Perek Nun Vav, Psalm 56. Similar to the themes of the previous Perakim, David HaMelech is battling or fleeing from enemies. And in this one, the Mefarshim say, actually the context of this Perek is even more disastrous. He is completely captured by his enemy. It seems that all hope is gone. And David HaMelech goes back and forth throughout the Perek, oscillating between completely losing all hope and faith, and then strengthening himself and devoting himself to Hashem. So just as an example, Pasuk Gimel, Sha'afu shorarai kol hayom, ki rabim lochamim limarom. My watchful foes persecute me all day. Many are my enemies, and he's talking to Hashem, the Exalted One. And then it says, but Yom, the next Pasuk Daled, Yom ira, when I'm afraid, ani elecha evtach, but I trust in you, Hashem. Be'elokim batachti lo ira. In Hashem I trust, I'm not afraid. Ma yaseh li adam. What will a man do to me? Similar to a phrase that we say in Hallel, where we say, Hashem li v'lo ira, ma yaseh li adam. But then back to fear again. Yaguru yitzponu hema akavei yishmaru kasher kivu nafshi. They plot and they lie in ambush against me, watching my every move, hoping for my death. So David HaMelech, again, is oscillating between fear and anxiety, and understandably so, feeling that he's basically giving up all hope, and then faith in Hashem. So what is this back and forth process? I think one word, bitachon. Bitachon, we tend to think of like this person that just has transcended all fear, all anxiety, all issues, and there's no question anymore. I have bitachon, and then everything else is fine. But that's really not the case. And this is sort of what we've developed throughout this study and exploration of Tehillim, that faith in God is actually a process of doubt, of fear, of feeling that all hope is lost, and then trying our best to pull ourselves back, to then return to our beliefs and try to persevere. And it's a constant battle, a constant struggle. I want to share a quick story that I heard once from Rav Reuven Leichter at Talmud Muvak or Rav Shlomo Volbe. There's a nuance here, but I think it's very important. I think the story was, it was an Erev Shabbos. May get the details not exactly right, but the basic point is the same. It was an Erev Shabbos. It was pouring rain outside in Eretz Yisrael. And there was somebody schlepping, his food home from the Makolet to get to his house. And I think it was either Rav Leichter overheard this person, or he was saying to somebody else, Mesiras Nefesh for Shabbos, Mesiras Nefesh for Shabbos. And Rav Leichter told us, we were at the Vad, and Musar Vad, he was giving a lesson about this. He didn't say this to the person themselves, but he told us that that's not Mesiras Nefesh for Shabbos. What did he mean? He explained, we often skip steps. We often say, it's Mesiras Nefesh, it's such a schus, we do the religious thing. First, feel the pain. First, be upset and cold and frustrated and stressed and annoyed that it's cold and rainy. Then that's sort of aware of that feeling. Then try to push through and say, wow, Shabbos is so important. I really want to get my food home. And then try to overcome that feeling of stress. And that's called Mesiras Nefesh. That's the same thing over here, I think. We often tend to think if we're afraid, if we're nervous, if we're anxious, we don't have bitachon. No, that's the whole process of life, is that you feel that strain, you feel that stress, you feel those worries, and then you throw yourself on Hashem. And then you try to remind yourself that Hashem has a plan. Hashem is here with me. Hashem, we said, Belokim batachti lo irara ma yaseh li adam. That Hashem is with me. Therefore, what can any one person really do at the end of the day? That's the process. And then we're going to lose faith again, and we're going to retain it again. And it's a back and forth process. That's what bitachon is. It is a process.